Hey there, Jed Kobernusz here from jedkobernusz.com, your trusted resource for all things health, wellness, and fitness. I am an exercise physiologist coming to you from Roseau, Minnesota. This is talk therapy, a tool that I use to get past my analytical mind, to think out loud and put it all out there. Here we go. It is dark. It is daylight savings time, full force, and your weather is 25 degrees. Cold as shit. I love it. Yeah, so I talk about the weather because it gets me past my ego, that little voice in my head that says, no, you can't say that. You're going to piss people off. And for me, I don't care. This is the time that I get to just hang out with myself and just be, right? I challenge you to do it. Hit record. Why not just try it one time? You don't have to share it out to the world like I do. And speaking of sharing to the world, if this has changed your perspective, made you laugh, entertain you for any reason, share it with somebody. I'm going to call it the fee, like Andy Frisella. He says pay the fee. I'm going to say this is the fee. Pay the fee if it has changed something or entertained you, because I don't put any advertising dollars towards this, because it's just me. So if anybody was like gonna come at me with that bullshit to be like, you shouldn't do that because, you know, your ads, you're trying to get people to listen to it, fuck that. I don't care if anybody listens to this. Zero. This is for me. This is 100% authentically me, for free, and free thinking, free speech, free whatever. So if you're pissed off at it, don't fucking listen to it. Don't listen, don't share, don't do anything with it. Just shut it off. And for the people still here, share it. So yeah, it's just hanging out. It's all we do. Think about the people who you hang out with every day. Do they make you feel big, or do they make you feel small? Let's think about that. Do they make you feel big? Do they pump you up? Do they lift you up? Do they get into your space, into your headspace, and are they cheering you on? Now, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, zero part of that would ever matter. Anybody who says you're doing so good, you're doing so bad, you're doing so whatever it is, I don't care. Okay? Get to a point where you don't hear anybody else's voice but yours. But yours. One voice is all you hear. One. And you're in a pretty powerful place. But that takes some solid ass work, like a ton of work to get to that point. But if you can get to the point where the only people you hang out with are big and making you feel big and you are loving it, awesome. Because that only helps your experience of life, and it becomes really fun. But if you have anybody in your life that makes you feel small, fuck those people, right? Like, get away from them. Stop listening to them. And what's going to happen is your subconscious, that automatic emotional response, will only get worse. And what I mean by that is, even though they're not around, you will still react, and the stress hormones will still be there. Those hormones will still give you complete free radical bullshit in your body to wreak havoc all over the place, even though they're not around. So you can get rid of them physically and not be around them. But you also have to just completely suffocate the voice inside your head from those people. You do. Don't physically suffocate them, because that's murder, right? Don't do that. Not saying do that. But what I'm saying is you don't have to listen to their dumbasses in your head anymore, because you and I both know, and obviously I need to hear this because this is me only talking to me. You and I both know their voices are in our heads right now. So you got to shut it down. You got to remind yourself to shut it off, to say, no, I don't need all these voices in my head. I listen to the one voice. That's it. That's the fun part about being you, is you have one voice that you listen to. How many voices are in your head every single day? A ton. until you start to shut them up. The one will always be there. You'll probably have about two. The one will always try to talk you out of stuff. Whatever you're thinking, even if it's really good for you, that voice will still talk you out of it. Because your current state of being is all it wants. It's your ego, right? It's your analytical mind that says, we have built up this way of being forever and for always. Why the hell would we want that to change? So if you can sit that voice down and be like, listen, I know you're trying to do this. I know what you're doing. And I love it. And I thank you for it. And I love you for it. But I'm fucking in charge here. I am in charge. Then your voice is the one voice that you listen to. Right or wrong or otherwise. Then you start to take control of your life. It's that fucking simple. It is that simple. And I'm just telling myself that. Literally, I'm like, yeah, it is that simple. Because I've done it before. And then you lose control of your life because you start to get complacent and you fall back asleep. And then you start to go through some motions. And then you do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And you're like, fuck, what happened? You stop paying attention. That's what happened. And that ego came in and went, yeah, good. Why don't you just go back to sleep? I got this. Don't be changing stuff. You've been laying there asleep for years now, doing the same shit over and over and over again. You got me trained. I got this. Don't stop this. And then you got to go through that perpetual bullshit cycle all over again. But that is the fun part. Realizing that that's what you do. And then you start with day one. And then realize that every day is day one. And you're like, cool. Now I don't have anything to beat myself up for. Because yesterday was day one. And today is day one. And tomorrow, still day one. So if you're trying to get far, right? Trying to get quote unquote far in life, how far can you get? Who fucking cares? Today's day one. So somebody's further than you? No, they're not. If they claim that they're farther than you, they're probably that much more behind than you. Today is day one. How many day ones can you string together in a row and continue to think like that? I got all of this experience. Cool. You probably don't, though. You'd probably just talk about it. You probably don't actually have any action behind that experience. Your so-called experience. Because you have knowledge, fuck that. Use the knowledge, not just talk about it. So there it is. That's the message. Kober Nation, thank you so much. I love you guys for being here. Thank you for listening. It blows me away every time. Share with somebody who needs to hear it. And as always, if you're willing to change from the neck up, then you will change from the neck down. I believe in you. Now it's your turn to start believing in yourself. Stay safe out there. Be blessed. Bye for now.